Hi guys, welcome to my new series, Wine and Rap. And by rap, I mean like the talking rap. And in this series, I want to talk about the fantastic things that happen during my day. I'd like to share some wisdom and maybe, just maybe, help inspire and encourage you guys to live your best lives now. My intention with this series is to create a semi-short video every single day for the next year and a half to hold myself accountable, to have you guys hold me accountable, to learn and grow, and basically just to remind myself why, where, and how I started this journey. So if you happen to be into RV adventures, interior design, or just basically trying to figure out this thing called life one day at a time, then join me every day because we are in this together. We all have those mornings where we feel like we've woken up on the total wrong side of the bed for one reason or another, whether it's because of the lack of sleep during the night or the dog barking at the kids getting on the school bus at 6:30 a.m. By the way, I do not miss those days with my daughter one single bit. Or just the morning jolt of waking up and thinking, I totally forgot something important. I know it, but I can't remember what it is. Happens all the time. Either way, we have all had mornings like that. And I had one this morning, which is why I decided to start this particular series. I pretty much just woke up grumpy. No specific reason why, at least not one that I was aware of. So I got up, I made my coffee, I sat down to write in my journal as I do every single day, and I started my day. An hour later, and still feeling grumpy, I called in Gizmos, who, if you don't know, is my Chihuahua. I called in his allergy prescription to the Walmart. Yes, because he needs allergy meds, and if I miss a dose, he scratches like he's digging for gold. But anyway, while I was chatting with the gal on the phone, she asked me to hold on so she could just turn around and ask the pharmacist if they had the meds in stock. She didn't put me on hold or anything. She basically just held the phone and turned around and said, hey, do we have blah, blah, blah? Because it was early and I assumed they weren't busy. I mean, early it was like 9 o'clock. But as soon as she asked me to hold on, there was this huge, ginormous burst of laughter in the background on the phone. Apparently, the pharmacists all woke up on the funny side of the bed this morning, and my gal couldn't even get a word in edgewise to ask them the question that she wanted to ask them because they just were laughing so much and so loud. I kind of felt like most people would either ignore it or maybe even get annoyed with it, but it actually made me giggle a little bit. I mean, laughter is contagious, right? And, honestly, it really is the best medicine for a grumpy grumperson, like myself this morning. But needless to say, my day immediately turned around. It's really like the little things like that we either take for granted or just miss altogether because we get so wrapped up on what's in front of us and what we need to do that we just don't take the time to stop and breathe. Or, in my case this morning, listen for the laughter. How many little things like that do we miss every single day? We get so caught up in our to-do lists, our goals, our worries, that we literally just forget to stop and just be. I mean, how often do we just take a second to look around, to feel the world around us instead of always rushing through it? And I am totally guilty of that too. It's like we're so focused on what's ahead or what we're not accomplishing and what we're forgetting to do that we forget that life is still moving ahead with or without us. We totally miss these things because we forget to live in the right now. And honestly, let me tell you, I am so guilty of that, and way more times than I can count or would like to admit. But here's the thing. Life isn't just about the big, shiny, flashy moments, like the big wins or the I made it moments. It's more about those tiny flashes of laughter that somehow turn your super crappy morning into an amazing story, even if it ends up being like mundane. It's in the way the breeze feels on your skin after walking out of the single most intense hot Pilates class you've taken all year. That was me tonight. Or it's the sound of the rain tapping on the RV roof. Or the way that Gizmo sometimes looks at me like I'm the most important person in his world, even if I did not share any cheese from my charcuterie. So one of the people that inspire me on a regular basis is Robert Brault. And if you don't know who he is, he's basically a freelance writer and an author who is kind of just well known for his short, insightful quotes and musings on life, happiness, and human nature. His work has been widely shared actually on social media and blogs and various quote collections, although he hasn't published many formal books. Most of his quotes focus on simple wisdom, mindfulness, and personal growth to help give people a fresh perspective on everyday situations. And if you don't know who he is, you should totally look him up. But one of my favorite quotes of his is this: enjoy the little things in life because one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. Like, mind-blowing, right? Like for me today, the laughter of someone else or a couple someone else's, I had a smile on my face through the rest of my day, even when I had to go and stand in line at the post office for an hour in the middle of the day just to mail a package. But because I didn't let any of that time-consuming aspect of the situation annoy me, I actually just started chatting with other folks in line, and I am pretty sure that I paid that laughter forward just a little bit, and I brightened someone else's day. I think that when I got to the postmaster, he was even happier when I came to the counter with a big smile on my face, which him being happy is kind of rare at my post office. So today's little nugget of wisdom for you guys, and a reminder for myself, is let's just slow down a bit. Let's stop chasing the big picture for 1 second and just live in the now. I know that it's easier said than done. I know that hard, continuous work pays off. And I know that time keeps moving no matter what else is happening in your life, which makes stopping to smell the roses seem kind of unimportant or maybe even a waste of time. But maybe when we start to notice the little things, like the kind smiles or the unexpected laughter, or even the quiet moments where absolutely nothing is happening, but everything just feels right. Maybe noticing those things will make life a little easier or feel fulfilled, or dare I say, even joyful. But honestly, when we look back in our lives, those small, seemingly insignificant moments are the only moments that we were guaranteed, the only moments that we are guaranteed, and taking them for granted should totally be out of the question. Those moments during our lives make up the whole story of our lives. don't miss out on them because you're too busy planning for something that isn't guaranteed, like tomorrow. I mean, life is all happening right now, and it's in the details. And trust me, these are the moments that you're going to want to remember. So as I wrap up my first wine and wrap, I want to challenge you, yes, you, to just notice one small thing tomorrow that you might have missed otherwise. Maybe it's the sound of the wind, a smile from a stranger, or maybe it's just the way your morning coffee or evening wine tastes when you actually take a moment to savor it. So drop a comment below and let me know what little thing you noticed today. And if you're ready to keep embracing the small moments with me, then definitely smash that subscribe button below and join this daily unwind. Because sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. So cheers to the little things, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow.